Welcome back. It is summertime, and that means many folks will be heading out on summer vacation.
And there's a lot to think about before you travel, especially if you have elderly company traveling with you. Joining us to share tips on how to make the journey smooth is Ride at Home owner Crystal Self. Thanks so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
Boy, it is kind of a fun time for vacations and family. And normally you think of packing up the kids, but sometimes grandma, grandpa, or elderly folks can come too.
What are any tips you have for this season?
Well, first of all, I think it's just a wonderful opportunity to take grandparents or aunts or elderly siblings even sometimes along with you to build those memories, you know, make the journey something that's special. The destination's important. Yeah, you want to get to the beach or the graduation or the wedding, but the time along the way can just be as valuable as that event. So I think it's wonderful. Approach it with some planning with them. The biggest probably setback for them would be the anxiety of not knowing what's going to happen. So if they have a plan and if they know that they aren't going to be rushed and they're not an inconvenience to you, I think that's the most important thing to think about. So schedule your trip based on their schedule, what part of the day is best for them. Don't push it too long. You know, you don't want 5 hours in the car. That's not a good thing. You don't want back-to-back flights at DFW.
I
can't handle those. So think about that. Then I think it's important to plan for the unexpected. Make sure you have a couple of days worth of medication carrying with you. Make sure that you have basic medical information, and there are some apps that families could download for that, which makes it great to capture medical information. So I think it's just to include them and make it special, make sure that they know that, yeah, you're going to make this trip better for all of us and really enjoy it. And I just think it's a precious, precious opportunity.
You know, it's interesting because sometimes you think, oh, this can just drive me crazy, you know, trying to do all this extra stuff. Then when you think back, like, you know, my mom's been gone for 7 months, and I think, oh my gosh, how precious some of those times were. And she was full-blood Italian. She'd get mad if we'd travel sometimes together. And, you know, it is like just soaking in the moments.
Exactly.
It's important.
It is important, and I think it's so doable. They're up for it, you know. That generation, they're way tougher than we are.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
They've been through a lot more.
And they'll tell you, too, right?
I mean, road trips, even a simple road trip, you know, 2 or 3 hours, getting away, just visiting while you're in the car with them, or people watching at the airport. I mean, it really doesn't get better than that as far as memory making. And I think all generations need to see you doing that, you know, grandparents and grandkids, perfect combination. So it's just wonderful.
One of my favorite trips traveling with my grandma was just me and grandma. We went to Scotland, and some of these tips just ring so true. So thank you so much for sharing with us.
Well, you're welcome.
We appreciate you being here today. Thanks again.
Thank you.
All right.